What's up YouTube? It's Ron from Ron Roday Law, and in this video I'm going to show you how to look up how much debt a seller has on a piece of commercial real estate property. Alright, I get this question asked a lot is, let's say we're looking at a property, we get a nice little OM like this, little Wiley Flex building. How do I find out what is a good price? You know, they're listing this thing for $1.25 million. That's an insane number, but for a vacant property, by the way, but how do I look up how much debt? Because if I'm going to submit a very lowball offer, I don't want to necessarily offer something that's below their basis. I don't know how distressed they are, but where we are in the market cycle, people are not necessarily coming with cash to get rid of debt. So if this guy has $800,000 of debt, I'm not going to offer him $600 because it's really just a waste of my time. So I can show you in 10 minutes how to look up debt on real property records if they're filed, and we can see if he has $600,000 or maybe he has $500,000 of debt, in which case my $600,000 offer may have traction. All right, so the first thing you want to do is look up the address, and we got it here, nice copy and paste. I do this, search Google. We pull it up here. The reason I want to do this though is to figure out what county it is. So if you're familiar with your market, you should pretty know. For better for worse, this one is kind of on the border. We're on the border here of Dallas County, and we're also kind of have Rockwall County around here too. I cheated. I did this ahead of time, so I know that it's actually in Collin County, which is for Plano, but this one is in Collin County. So what we're going to do is go to the Collin Central Appraisal District. This is where you get all of the property tax records. So this is the home page. You go right here to property search. You have the address, which was 10A Regency. Guys, I got a great memory. Boom, there we go. We see the owner name, Ultimate Party Supply Corp. Super cool. We click in on it. This was that screen I had before. And what we want to do here is we want to get that party's name, and then we're going to, well, so we just want to copy that. We're going to copy that. We can see what it's appraised for, you know, assessed value. Okay, so maybe 600 is low. Maybe we offer 750. You can see the deed transfer dates as well. So I really like this one. I totally unplanned, but this one was transferred from the bank. So they bought it from a bank which foreclosed, which so you know that they bought it for a pretty low price at the time, depending on the condition, but they bought it from a bank and they transferred in 2011. So that tells us two things. They've owned this property for a while, 12 years, plus they've got it from a bank. So they have probably had a very low basis. Maybe they had some CapEx, but their LTV is probably pretty low if they have debt on it. Unless they've refinanced, stuff like that. But we'll get into that shortly. The main thing is you want to know this deed transfer date. Again, if somebody's flipping a property after 2 years, they're probably not your best distressed seller. So we go over here to the county clerk. This is just Collin County. Search for Collin County plus county clerk. Real easy. If you have some choices, you want to look at real property records, you want to look at their filing. Here they talk about how to look up a recorded document. Go to this deed search. So super easy. We're going to pop over to this. This is that website. If you take the link, I did the benefit of already looking for this. So we have Ultimate Party Solutions. We have Regions Bank. And you've got a bunch of these other deed of trust. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but what we are interested in is this one, because if you look at the recorded date, it was May 20th, 2011. This is May 20th, 2011. Again, this is a little bit unique because they've owned it for so long. They've refinanced, but if this was purchased 5 years ago, 7 years ago, probably the original debt or lien holder is still going to be valid, and this is what you're looking for. My whole goal of this video was to find the original loan amount, right? Not necessarily what is today, but this is the first step, okay? And so you're going to look through. You don't have to pay for anything. This is all free so far. Nothing on page 2. This is just like a lot of legal mumbo jumbo. Don't care. I'm looking for numbers, guys. We're looking for actual cash money dollar amounts. UCCs, remedies of defaults, blah, blah, blah. Governing law, notices, nothing here. Aha, do you see this? It's nice and bold right here. Let me zoom in for you guys. Note, the word note means the promissory note in the original principal amount of $347,000. instantly I know what the amount of debt at the original acquisition was. So I'm going to assume like a 50% LTV. So they paid $700,000 for this property back in 2011. They've collected rents, they've done whatever, but that's it. You know, this is the process to find out how much debt is on a property or what the debt was at acquisition. Okay, I can't do everything for you, but that is the idea. So if that's it for this video. It took me 5 minutes, and I do this all the time, so it's easy, but you can do it in your own county and look up what the publicly filed debt is at the time of acquisition. You can do an amortization table. You could figure out how much they've paid down, but the point is you can do it very easily. Let's try to find out what the actual debt is on the property, because I'm super curious about these other liens. So Home Tax Solutions is a tax lien. What we can look up for is, okay, this is 10A Regency. I got lucky. So they put 100K of this kind of hard money lender in this year. So they cashed out or did a secondary tax lien to pay their property taxes. I do think this seller is in a little bit of pain, but very useful that they have an extra 100K in addition to what they might have on the other properties. So let's just make sure. I mean, you can only file one deed of trust. So I think that Chase was paid off. They have 100K on there from this year. Let's see if this is for another property or the same one. This is also for that same property. So they are really stacking on debt, I would say, with this Home Tax Solutions, and these debts may be coming due. Maturity date is 2030. What was that first one? 2033. So they're stacking these 10-year notes on there. I'm not sure what the point is, because as far as I'm concerned, they're still on there. Another 15,000. I think these people just don't have money, and they're borrowing against their equity on the property to pay property taxes, which is never a great sign, but that's a good opportunity for you if you want to buy distressed property from commercial real estate sellers in 2024. All right, well, smash the like button if you're still there. I did it under 10 minutes, and we'll see you next time.